A fire engineering consultancy I know recently lost a £3.2 million bid. Their technical submission was flawless, their fee was competitive, they had the perfect case studies and still lost. The reason? One line in the client's feedback: concerns about delivery capacity and timeline commitment. If you're a director or associate at a fire engineering consultancy, this story probably sounds familiar. You're not losing bids because your technical capability isn't good enough. You're losing them because clients don't believe you can actually deliver. And here's the uncomfortable truth: they're often right to be concerned. Here's what's actually happening behind the scenes at most consultancies right now. You've got 3 senior fire engineers managing 7 major projects between them. Each project needs complex performance-based design, regular client meetings, building control coordination, and contract liaison. Your team is exceptional. They're pulling off, but they're working 50 hours to do it. Now, when your opportunity comes in, client you've been cultivating for a project that's perfect for your expertise, the exact type of work you want to be known for. Your technical director looks at the team, looks at the timeline, and has to make a call. Option 1, bid on it anyway. Put together a compelling proposal, price it properly, and hope that you can figure it out and deliver later. Maybe someone will have freed up capacity by the time it starts. Maybe you can hire someone. Maybe your existing team can stretch it out just a bit further. Option 2, don't bid. Watch the opportunity, go to another competitor, explain to your business development team why you're turning down great work when the firm needs to actually grow. Accept that this client might not come back with another opportunity. Neither option is good. Both come with real cost. So let's talk about what this capacity constraint really costs to your consultancy. I mean, there is the direct cost, lost revenue from projects you don't bid on or can't take. I've watched consultancies turn away 500K, 800K, even 1.5 million in projects in a single quarter simply because they can't and didn't have the right people. But the indirect costs are actually worse. When your capacity is actually constrained, you can't be selective about projects. You can't pinpoint which one that you want. You take whatever fits your schedule, not what's strategically valuable. That means more standard residential work and fewer landmark projects, more compliance checking, and less innovative fire engineering. Your reputation actually suffers because clients remember you when you said no. Your business development stalls because you can't pursue opportunities proactively. You're just reacting to whatever comes in your way. And your existing team pays the price. They're stretched thin already, working long hours, unable to take proper holidays because there is no cover. Now, eventually they burn out or leave, which makes the capacity problem worse. And you need to be asking, why does this keep happening? Why are so many excellent fire engineering consultancies perpetually short-staffed? It's not because directors don't recognize the problem. Every leadership meeting includes discussions about recruitment. It's a standing agenda item. The problem is how recruitment actually happens. Someone finally has the time to write a job description. It gets posted on a few different job boards. Maybe you tell your team to share it on LinkedIn. Then you wait. Applications trickle in slowly. Most are completely unsuitable graduates when you need chartered engineers, people who people from fields trying their luck, engineers from other disciplines who mention fire once on their CV. I mean, your senior engineers who are already overworked now have to screen CVs in their evenings, schedule interviews during project deadlines, conduct technical assessment while managing client expectations. So weeks have turned into months now. The good candidates have accepted other offers. You're left choosing between not quite right and starting the process over again. Here's what most directors don't realize. The fire engineers you actually need, experienced, chartered, capable of handling complex projects from day one, they're not scrolling on job boards. They're already employed, working on interesting projects, reasonably content with their current roles. They're not actively job hunting, but they're not completely closed to opportunities either. They consider the right role at the right consultant. They just need to hear about it in a way that's credible and specific, not generic recruiter spam. This is why traditional recruitment approaches actually fail. You're fishing in a pond that's already been fished dry, while the actual talent pool sits in a completely different lake that you don't have access to. And here's where it gets really problematic. This capacity constraint doesn't just limit your current revenue, it fundamentally caps your growth potential. You can't pursue larger framework agreements because you can't guarantee delivery capacity. You can't expand into new sectors because you don't have the people with the bandwidth to develop expertise. And can't open regional offices because you're already stretched thin as it is in your current location. Now, meanwhile, your competitors who solve this problem are growing. They're taking on projects that you turn down, building relationships with the clients you can't serve, establishing themselves in markets that you can't access. The consultancies that are winning right now, they're the ones growing sustainably while maintaining the quality. They've recognized something crucial, and that's that recruitment isn't an admin task you do when you just have spare time. It's actually a strategically functional thing that determines your ability to capitalize on opportunity. They've stopped treating it as something that you just squeeze in between projects and started approaching it the way that they approach business development, which is systematically, consistent, with proper resources allocated to it. So here's a question you need to ask yourself. How much is the capacity constraint costing your consultancy? Not just in revenue, though that's significant, obviously, but in growth potential and strategic opportunities and the kind of work that you get to do in the reputation that you're building. In my next video, I'm going to be showing you exactly why your current approach to finding fire engineers isn't working, and you probably know that yourself, and what the consultancies that are successfully building teams are doing differently. So if you're tired of the capacity crisis limiting what your consultants can achieve, make sure you watch it, because understanding the problem is only the first step to the solution. And if you want to have a direct conversation about your specific situation, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. I work exclusively with fire engineers and fire engineering consultancies on exactly this challenge.